Hey, everybody. It is Holistic Thursday right here on the Health Quake. And as always, we have Dr. Tammye Mathews here with us. Hey,
Hey.
how's it going, Dr. Tammye?
Awesome.
Yes, Restored by Tammye in the house, you guys. We will have the links to Restored by Tammye in the comment section, and I'm sure it's flashing somewhere on this screen right now. So get
Absolutely.
in tune with Dr. Tammye. Restored by Tammye, she has some awesome testimonies, and her health journey is just amazing. Be sure to check it out. Okay, today's broadcast is brought to you by Caljohn Asset Management
Yay.
and Arts Major
Yes.
Apparel. Yes.
Awesome.
Those links will also be in the comment section.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Today, Dr. Tammye, okay, we've been coming kind of heavy
Mm.
this month. We've been coming
Mhm.
pretty heavy. Immune system, the immune system blues and pain in the pancreas. If you all
Yeah.
haven't seen those, go back and
Yeah.
watch the replays.
Yeah.
And then today, we're dealing with lung care, don't spare. I never get a long hair, don't care. This
Yeah.
lung care, don't spare.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, guys, we're talking about encouraging individuals to engage in intentional lung care and not neglect the organ that allows you to breathe and therefore live. So, just learning not to minimize the fact that, like, yeah, I don't see it, but yeah, it's in there and they're in there and they're functioning. So I need to make
Hmm.
sure that I'm doing what I need to do to allow them to function the way they're supposed to. You know,
Yeah.
lung care. Let's go, Dr. Tammye.
Whoo-wee. Well, I appreciate being able to talk about this topic because we normally hear about the lungs when we talk about people that smoke, right? We think that, oh, all these smokers have to, everybody else, our lungs are just healthy and free, and we don't have to do anything if we
That's
don't
true.
smoke.
That is so true.
That's not true. Yeah, I actually, when I was reading about this, I was like, oh, wow, now this is something that I never put two and two together with, but obesity.
Mm,
Obesity affects your lungs in a negative way.
wow.
It is what they call it acts as a constricting process
Hmm.
or like a vest that causes your lungs to have to work more and use more energy. So the thing is now, everything I talk about has to do with food and diet. And I hate to sound repetitive, but until like it clicks for people, like, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, people are dying because of the food and the lack of activity. So we have to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
But our lungs, the purpose of them, I like to always give context to what the organs are for,
Right.
is to be able to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. So obviously we inhale oxygen.
Mm,
Oxygen is healing. We need oxygen to live, O2. But then we, after it goes through its conversion process, then we exhale the carbon dioxide.
mhm,
And that's the toxic gas that floats around. Now, um, with the whole pandemic and the whole coronavirus and all of that, lungs have been on the scene as, oh my goodness, the people that are dying, they're having to go on vents and machines are, they're breathing for them. It's about the lungs, all the mucus, all
mm,
the, right?
yeah.
We've been talking about that.
Mhm,
And why is it that some people get the virus and they do not develop COVID-19, and
mhm,
some people, do? Well, it has to do with what we talked about that first week is the immune system. How strong is your immune system? Can it fight the virus?
yeah.
Because if you have a strong immune system, the virus can enter into your body and the white blood cells will fight it, and it will leave your body as long as you're not constipated and having some issues there. That's a whole nother, we talked about that.
Mm,
So now it packs and attacks the lungs, the cells in the lungs. So if also you recall, the viruses enter through the nose or through the mouth. So once if the white blood cells haven't done their job and being able, and the what we call the adenoids and the tonsils haven't done their job, and so now you breathe it in, it's attacking the lungs.
Wow.
Yeah. So visualizing all of that.
Yeah.
If you do have asthma, your lungs make a lot of mucus, too much mucus, that virus can get in there and it can hide and it can just grow and it can just cause and wreak a lot of havoc.
Indeed.
If you're obese and your body is then causing your lungs to then be affected, same thing. The lungs are not operating at its full capacity. You're breathing it in, and it's creating a breathing space in the cells of the body for those viruses or that bacteria that may enter, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when you visualize and picture all of that,
Mhm.
as the body able to really get rid of the viruses or the foreign invaders of the body sitting in your lungs you haven't been taken care of.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, because in some cases, other than obesity, other than cigarette smoking,
Mhm.
other than having a chronic illness like asthma, the the lungs have just too much mucus to dispel in order for it to be able to like breathe out or help you to breathe out anything that doesn't belong. And that's where
Mucus.
mu-
Oh my goodness.
mucus, we hear about mucus all the time. What is mucus? It's a normal, slippery, and stringy fluid substance produced by many lining issues in the body. It's essential for body function and acts as a protective and moisturizing layer to keep critical organs from drying out.
Yes.
It's also a trap for irritants like dust
Right.
and smoke and what else, right? All the foreign invaders we talked about, viruses and all of that. So when we eat too much cooked food,
Mhm.
when we are not detoxing regularly so that we can remove
Yeah.
toxins that may be trapped in the mucus, that an excess mucus that our body doesn't need,
Yeah.
then we set up our bodies and our lungs for infections.
Wow. I don't think we take into consideration. I know I hadn't really
Yeah.
about those effects of mucus and
Mhm.
monitoring and making sure we're not having an excess of mucus in our bodies and what that can potentially cause when we do allow it
Yeah.
to be in excess. So the
Yeah.
fact that it can harm these vital organs and
Yeah.
kind of compromise them.
Yeah.
uh,
Compromising.
That is really that really makes you want to pause and
Mm-hmm.
think for a second, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I may need to do some things a little bit differently because I can't just it just goes beyond what I call my shallow goals.
Yeah.
Like I need to, snatch this waist up because, I want to wear that bodycon dress over there or, whatever it is. Um, but realizing it's like, no, I need to like get have this healthy and fit life because of what's on the inside more so. The outside
Yes.
end up, that'll be your little added benefit,
That's the benefit.
icing on the cake.
That's
But
right.
all this that we are doing is so the inside can do what it needs to do, and we're not
Mm-hmm.
damaging and wrecking the inside because it's like who wants that an example that $1 million mansion and the inside looks like a dilapidated building. It's everything
Thank you.
down and falling apart on the inside. Is like if everything is run down and falling apart on the inside, like how long with that beautiful outside even sustain. It's like eventually it's going to turn to ruins.
Exactly.
You know,
Because
so
the skin is the largest organ of the body. The skin doesn't lie. If it's something going on, yeah, eventually, like if it's like you said, how the inside of the house is dilapidated, if it's mold or mildew or whatever's happening, it is going to show up on the outside eventually.
Yeah, that
You know,
deterioration and stuff. You know, it used to trip me out when people said that they, people that do real estate investments and stuff, and when we go to check out properties or whatever, and we'll just be approaching the property, and they're like, old. Like we're not even up to the house yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It's like you
yeah,
spent to look
yeah,
outside. This one
yeah.
has this type of damage. This one from the outside because it's starting to seep out. Whatever is going on the inside is now starting to show up on the outside, and it's like,
True. That's the truth. Oh my God, that is so true. That is a great analogy, a great picture. That's it. And that, I guess too, that's one of my big messages. Like, don't just have a goal to look a certain way on the outside. It's okay, but be balanced in your goals because looking good in a casket is not going to do nothing for you.
Indeed.
Not at all. Not at all. Absolutely.
Indeed. Oh my goodness.
So I do have to talk to those who smoke because
we know it's your choice. This isn't this. We don't have the clubs out or anything like that.
Not at all.
We don't do that over here.
No, we do not.
But you will be provided with some information.
Yeah, just information for you to know. And again, your decision is your decision. But I was taking a look at some of the information from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And when it said that 70 out of 7,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke damages the cells within the lungs, that was alarming. I'm like, there are 7,000 chemicals in cigarettes.
Who knew?
I had no idea. I mean, I know you got nicotine. Okay. That's all I really hear about is nicotine.
You can't fit all that on the curtain. It's like, are they listed? Where are they listed?
I have no idea.
I mean, my goodness.
I was just talking about the way that they treat the tobacco. They put sugar on there, which is what they're saying is really the addiction is the sugar. It's not the nicotine because of how they treat the tobacco, that tobacco leaves. That's what I read. But 7,000 chemicals and then 70 of them causes damage to the lining of the lungs.
Wow.
So what are the other 6,300 chemicals causing damage to?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. So people who smoke have the greatest risk of lung cancer. The more a person smokes, the greater the risk. Although there are people that got lung cancer that didn't smoke, they were around smokers.
Yeah.
And then I've even heard of people who had lung cancer that was not around smokers, didn't smoke, and all of that. And what I say to you is that toxins tend to settle in areas of our organs that are weak. That's where they tend to accumulate. So it could be in the joints, it could be, in the organs, wherever the toxins decide to land. And then if you never clean out your system, you never detox your body, eventually they're going to start wearing and causing some inflammation and some problems. And we don't oftentimes pay attention to what our bodies are saying.
Yeah.
And that's because in many cases, overworked, you got family, you're so busy trying to do for everybody else that if you did have a cough or something for several months, you probably just blew it off or took cough syrup and just, disguise the, what do we say, to take away the symptoms.
Yeah.
We may have focused on the symptoms and didn't focus on the root cause of the cough. I mean, there could be so many things. And again, like you said, Monica, there's no judgment. It's just being aware that your body is communicating with you, because although people say, man, I didn't see it coming. No, you see it coming, because your body, God does a great job in giving you signs and symptoms.
We do.
He lets you know when something is off.
Yeah.
We just not always paying attention.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why it's so important to have those quiet moments.
Mm,
I know previously Pastor Jay on Spiritual Connect has, talked to us a lot about having those moments, excuse me,
hmm
where we quiet our minds,
Yeah.
you know, and so then we can kind of like get in touch with us.
Yes. That's so key.
It is. And I've just found like just in being intentional about some things that I do now, even in starting my day, I can tell when my days are a little off and I go back and it's like, how did I start my day?
Yeah.
What did I skip? What did I? But when I get up and I start my day with, some type of prayer, devotion, and for me, I read scriptures,
Yes.
and I do that, have my prayer. It's like sit quietly with my instrumental worship music. This is something that helps me. Then
Yes.
I go into, my exercise, and then I take my sprays, the nutritional sprays that we have. I have the Trim 365. That's been
Yes.
a great deal with my cravings.
Yes.
Take my shield spray because I do want my immune system to be on point. And I've gone back to taking my CBD oil.
Yes.
For a moment I run out of it, and it's like I hadn't been taking. It's like, no, wait, I need to take that because that helps with your overall health. It's
That's
helping
right.
your body to function the way it's supposed to.
Absolutely.
You know, so I start off with that, with my water. You know, then I'm in a zone. I'm in a better headspace.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yes.
exercised, and then it's like, okay, let's start my day.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not all over the place. I'm centered. It's like, okay, weights are lifted if there were any, stress if
Yes.
there was any, and then
Yes.
like, okay, now I can be productive.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
getting up and just starting, just running to do whatever.
Yes.
Like, did I take a moment to remove the heaviness and stuff that would cause other stuff to be harder to do? I may even be effective that day. I may get stuff done, but how difficult was it?
Right. That's it right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's it right there.
Just going throughout the whole day, having to fight feelings of depression and fight feelings of,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? That stuff is real.
Mm-hmm. It's real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that.
Stress.
Yes, because you should always do a body scan.
Mm,
What do I need? What do I need today?
yeah. Yeah.
You know, if I'm feeling a little tired, okay, why am I tired? Did I not get enough rest? Did I toss and turn?
Right.
Okay, you know what? I need to make sure tonight I do my CBD. You
Yeah.
know, am I feeling a little raspy this morning? Okay, you know what? Let me get my ginger oil. Am I feeling a little foggy? Then
Right.
that's when we get, the brain spray. So yeah, it's being intentional, because we are so busy to do this for other people and we don't do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
And the truth is that if you have children, they need you.
Yes.
And so it may be easy to just jump up out of bed and shower and then make sure they have everything they need and not take care of yourself. But the reality is that you won't be here for your children if you don't start doing some type of a body scan and
Yeah.
making sure that you're giving yourself what you need. Not
That's
drinking enough water, unacceptable.
yeah.
Not getting fresh live foods every day, unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know that the country is in a state of emergency, but we have to make better choices in what we buy.
Yeah.
And we don't need as much food as we eat. We are not going to starve.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
all the huge um, uh, shopping carts with all the processed stuff,
Yeah.
that it had, we got to stop. We're killing ourselves.
And like you said, we will survive. I was able to cut down on my portion sizes, which has been wonderful because
Mm-hmm.
it's helping me to maintain my weight. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was, this was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We had the challenges one month, then followed by the detox that you had.
Yes.
I was losing weight, and because it needed to come off.
Yeah.
I'm having, I was having some joint issues, so I was more mindful. Like, okay, yeah, I don't need to stress my joints.
Yeah.
My body has already let me know, like, yeah, we will fail you. My joints are like,
Oh yeah.
we're not gonna hold up anymore. Like,
Oh yeah.
we will go out on you. So
Oh yeah.
I learned that lesson really well. So now it was just like, I can't put too
Mm-hmm.
much weight on my joints. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I at now? I'm feeling a little. There's too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me scale it on down.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, even with what Dr. Tammye was saying, taking that time to do that scan and everything, when you get up in the morning and before you get going with, the kids or whatever, maybe you do need to get up a little earlier, even 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Get up
I
30
know.
minutes early, and then if you've had a rough day, don't go to bed even later.
Yeah.
Go to bed a little earlier.
Yeah.
So you can give your mind and body time to rest and repair, and because otherwise you're creating this perpetuating
That's
cycle
right.
where you're gonna be in a rut,
That's
and
right.
it's gonna be harder and harder and harder to come out of it, you know. So
And
yeah,
turn off that TV. Do not cut that TV on because
yeah,
that's going to drain you even more.
indeed, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to sleep to the TV. This is just me. I'm talking with me personally. Yeah, we don't go to sleep to the TV. We don't even have a TV in our room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a personal preference. But it's like, yeah, no. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and go and watch. Which right now I don't even really like watch TV. I just recently started watching a little episode of what is it on? It's on one of the digital platforms, but we'd already gotten rid of cable because it was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching this,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yep.
and I pretty much like just stopped watching TV. Like I wasn't watching TV really.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They watched a sporting event or something, but it was like,
Not enough to, yeah, pay $100 a month for cable.
right? Idiot shows. Everybody talking about what happened on this show and that show, and I'm like, who?
Me too.
No idea.
Me
None.
too.
So it's like, I say that to say this, you can do without it. It's like
Yeah.
you can survive, because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not like, I have some type of special power that makes me be able to.
That's all I'm saying. It's just being true to yourself. It's getting to that place of saying, when you know better, do better.
Absolutely.
And God is always speaking about what you should and should not be doing. We just
Yeah.
have to listen.
Indeed.
So when you, like you said, if you're feeling tired, you feel like you don't have time to really check on yourself, then that's a problem. That's a red flag. You need to stop and you need to like rethink what you've put on your plate because these are things you've chosen to put on your plate. So
Indeed.
then if you're looking and saying, I'm overwhelmed, I can't manage all that I've chosen to put on my plate, then you need to reassess. And
Yeah.
that's all that is, that's all it is.
I love that. Reassess. And we need to do that.
And we
Period.
need to do that. Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Take a
yes.
look at my life.
Uh-huh.
You haven't
So
seen-
I just had,
Go ahead.
yes. No, I was just going to say, I was going to just give some suggestions of some things just to be proactive and be preventative in order to just keep our lungs healthy. I want to encourage deep breathing exercises.
Okay.
Deep breathing exercises, because one of the things that I was like, oh, I never thought about this, but what they say, the Center of Disease Control said that when a person breathes shallowly, the carbon dioxide, which we should be getting rid of, actually accumulates inside the body. And shallow is like we're breathing from our clavicular area
Ah,
instead of our diaphragm, okay, which is
yeah.
right there under the stomach.
Mhm.
So this accumulation causes yawning.
Hmm.
And I've heard when they said you yawn, that's because your brain is not getting enough
Yeah.
oxygen.
Okay. Okay.
But what I didn't realize is that when you're doing shallow breathing,
Mhm.
your lungs aren't getting enough oxygen, which is how it gets to the brain, right?
Right. Right.
And there's an accumulation of carbon dioxide.
Your
So
body.
that yawn is to release that extra, exactly, carbon dioxide.
Hmm.
So we need to just, in some cases, just stop in the middle of our day, whether you're in your office,
Yeah.
whether you are in your car, and just practice breathing from the diaphragm, just deep breathing exercises. It
Right.
only takes a few minutes to do that.
Yeah.
So deep breathing exercises, of course, exercising, because when you have your heart rate up,
Yeah.
it's causing you to breathe a little bit more,
Yeah.
and that's getting rid of carbon dioxide. So you want to do some type of exercise, and of course you want to stay hydrated.
Hydrated. Yes.
The lungs are an organ, just like the skin is an organ, just like the heart, everything else. We're
Yes.
70-80% water. You got to stay hydrated.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. All
Oh,
right. I don't know how much time we have, but
I think we're right at. I think we hit it right on the head this time.
awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty close there. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful.
We're right on time for our wrap up. Yay! So there's been so much.
Yes.
You guys, we're going to ask that you go back and watch the replay and take out, some of those nuggets and
Please do.
let's implement some of the things that we are learning and do some experiments with yourself. See what's working for you. See what will work for you specifically,
Mhm.
and add that into your daily routines, until it becomes, a lifestyle change. But
Yes.
start somewhere.
Hmm.
And because it's so needed, as Dr. Tammye has been telling us, these are things that are really needed. It's still up to us to make our own individual decisions. You
Yes.
know that, but Dr.
Absolutely.
Tammye has given us information that is, you know, to fuel,
Hopefully.
fuel some change.
Hopefully.
So yeah, hopefully. So you guys, until next time, we want you to be safe, be healthy, but also be intentional.
Yes. Yes.
That was
Yes.
there. Be intentional. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much for tuning in. Whenever you drop by, watch the videos, please drop us a hello so we'll know that you tuned in. We thank you so much, and we will see
Absolutely.
you next time. Thank you, Dr. Tammye.
Oh, thank you, Monica. We'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.